Apparently. If you have an old gas guzzler sitting in your garage, or if you're driving one down the road now, car owners can take advantage of a government program called Cash for Clunkers. You can scrap that old heap in exchange for a new and more fuel-efficient vehicle. Making the deal even more attractive, you can take thousands of dollars off the sticker price. So why then are not customers swarming the local car dealership? That's a great question for Mike Caudill, here to talk about what you need to know about Cash for Clunkers. He's our automotive expert out of L.A. today. He runs a company called Driven. Mike, how are you doing today? Good morning to you.
Good morning, Bill and Megan. How are both of you doing in beautiful New York?
I want to start with this 1995 Mercury Grand Marquis. Why is that labeled a clunker?
Well, I mean, just take a look at it. All the way around, this thing defines what a clunker is. Although the term's loosely defined, you can tell by looking at this vehicle right here that it's been on the road for a few years. Now, the criteria for this vehicle, of course, it has to get a combined 18 miles per gallon or less. So the key to this whole program about the clunker versus the new vehicles is just starting with the internet. You've got to do your research. You've got to go to a website where you can learn as much as you can about these programs. And this is it right here. This is a good site, the NADAguides.com website. You can actually input your information in there, and it will spit it right back out and tell you exactly what you qualify for. Okay. So this vehicle right here is the 95 Grand Marquis, our clunker.
Okay, it is a clunker because it gets what? How much mile per gallon?
18 miles per gallon on the Grand Marquis, and it's a 1995 Grand Marquis, so it's had some time put on the wheels. But when you qualify, you'll get a chance to qualify for something like this. So you input your information, and it will spit it out and tell you exactly how much money you're going to get from an allowance standpoint. This one right here, if you were to trade that vehicle in at a dealership, you're going to get $4,500 from an allowance from the federal government to move you into something like this, which is a Ford Fusion. Now, the miles per gallon is, if it's 18 is your combined low, you have to get 4 miles per gallon or better up to 9. So between 4 and 9 miles per gallon, you can get $4,500. And then build on your allowance project from that. But then I want to swivel all the way over here to this vehicle. This is the Jeep Patriot. Chrysler came out with something last week, and the Jeep brand is part of Chrysler. This vehicle right here, you'll get the $4,500 from the government. They'll then tack on another $4,500, giving you $9,000 back from the government on this vehicle right here. Well, I think it's incentive to get people into the dealerships. Now, I went to 2 dealerships over the weekend, and there was little information at the dealership level about the program, but they were excited, and they were fired up, and they want consumers to come in and learn more about these vehicles. So this is a great way to get people out to the dealerships, great prices, and the best part about it is even with the government incentives, you can still get a rebate from the dealership as well with whatever their rebate is that can build on it.
Query me this. You went to 2 dealerships, and what happened?
Well, I went to the dealerships and just asked for their Cars for Clunkers specialists, and they both had specialists. I went to a Ford dealership, and I went to a Chevy dealership, and they both came out, and they knew about the program. They knew all the information on it, but the activation, because today is when it's being activated, they hadn't had a lot of information as of yet, but they had consumers coming in that were excited about the program and wanted to learn more about it. So they're going to make deals with consumers regardless of whether this program is actually kicked off.
But the point is that the dealerships didn't have enough information about the program. You had to explain it to their customers.
That's correct. The federal government hasn't provided them with all the details yet. It's a long process, but they will have the details here in the next 2 days. Okay,
now, here's what I'm trying to figure out. Because the whole program goes back to 2 things. Fuel efficiency and the age of the car.
Correct.
Do I have that right? You need to determine that in order to upgrade and get the rebate, correct?
Correct. Correct. It's fuel efficiency, so 18 miles per gallon, you have to get better than that. And then there are some other factors. The vehicle has to be less than 25 years old. And then it comes down to the miles per gallon. But the key components to this program are really working to eliminate some of these less eco-friendly vehicles on the road, these gas guzzlers, to get them off the road and move people into newer, more eco-friendly vehicles. And the second part is to stimulate some movement at the dealership level, get people to the dealerships to buy some of these great new cars.
And they have a lot of cars on hand, too. I mean, a lot backed up, too. The Ford Fusion, by the way, just for our viewers, you get $4,500 if you buy that. car to Mike's right, screen right, his left, and that Jeep Patriot, you can
Correct.
get up to $9,000 off. That is amazing.
Exactly.
NativeGuides.com is the website you talked about. FoxNews.com also has a lot of information out there. Frankly, you got to go to these websites, folks, and read it in order to get all the information to figure out how you best can take advantage of this program just announced this weekend. And the commercials are run on just about every TV station here in New York, so they're trying to get the word out. Mike Caudill, thank you, my friend. Live in L.A. this morning. Appreciate your help.